And you are looking at Bridgewater-Rainham High School as the Xaverian Hawks are taking on the Bridgewater-Rainham Trojans. Welcome in, everybody. I am John Luck coming to you as we get ready for a matchup that over the past couple of years have featured two top 10, top 20 teams. However, this year, both teams have maybe unexpected records. Xaverian comes into this matchup at 1-5. Meanwhile, I should say, BR comes in at 3-3. But you look at the losses for the Trojans. They've lost to St. John's Prep, LaSalle, and Duxbury. So certainly there's maybe a reason for those losses, but it's very surprising because you look at the Xaverian Hawks, and every single year you expect to see a team that's competing for a Super Bowl berth. But this might be what makes the Hawks very dangerous. They're 1-5, so Bridgewater-Rainham does not want to fall into a false sense of security. And that's going to be the key today. You want to try and get this game to be a blowout if you can by halftime. You don't want to give Xaverian a lot of hope. Try and get them out of here at the halftime break. The Hawks won the toss and they deferred, so BR will be on offense first. Ryan Martin in the backfield, and we are underway from the regional. Martin from his end zone. Gets a couple of key blocks, breaks away to the 30, still on his feet, to the 40, down at the 41. Ryan Martin, a great job taking advantage of a couple of key blocks back of the 20. And this BR offensive line is going to be a key for the Trojans with a player like Brandon Gallagher, who has been the offense for the Trojans this year. Has had 2-3 touchdown games. As Jordan Cohen, the senior quarterback, comes out and gives the call. Kevin Wadsworth on the near side, as once again the Trojans will set up in their typical I formation. Here's the handoff. That will be for a gain of about maybe a 2-yard gain. Ray Goby in on the tackle. You look at Xaverian's roster. Xaverian 36 sophomores, 25 juniors, and 23 seniors. So this Xaverian Hawk squad is certainly very young. Bring up a 2nd and 8 with 10:17 remaining here in this first quarter. This is the last non-conference game for a while as the Trojans take on Dartmouth and number 1 Barnstable. In the shotgun, Cohen rolls back, looks downfield, and this one's going to be caught by Martin at the 48.
Cohen's pass is complete to number 19, Ryan Martin.
You'll see about 2 or 3 throwing plays from BR. That's been their MO. Just hand the ball at the middle and let the offensive line just do their work. 3rd and 5. Wadsworth on the near side. Armstead and Gallagher in the backfield. Here is a handoff to Gallagher. Cuts across the middle and takes it into opponent's territory at the 49. Should bring up a 4th and about 3. Gambiar not feeling confident on the 4th down, so he will punt it away. DJ Pagliuca in the backfield. And BR tried to fake out the Hawks, however, it didn't work, so take it for what it's worth. The Xaverian starts off in their own field, however, it's at their own 48. So a chance for the Hawks and quarterback Austin DeCarr to try and work his magic. Spread formation, DeCarr rolls back, looks downfield, and this one is over the head of Aiden DeRozier. DeCarr with a nice 3-step backdrop, so really has a speedy delivery, so it comes down to wide receivers and running their routes. Brings up a 2nd and 10. A.J. King on the near side. Here's a handoff up the middle. And to the 46 is Hunter Tott. Tott, the 6'2", 235-pound senior. 3rd and 5. And here's the handoff to Tott, and he will be stopped at the 45. Good awareness by the BR defensive line. On the 4th and 3, Hawks will go 3 and out. A low snap. And this is a very high punt that will go back to the fence. Very gusty day here at the regional. Winds blowing from right to left. After a deluge thunderstorm came through the area just a few hours ago, so you have to wonder if there's maybe any effect on the running game. But with a good new field like VR has, I don't think there'll be that much concern over it. VR trying to make something after their 3-and-out performance on their last drive. They'll take it from their own 20. Ryan Scripter on the far side, I formation. Gallagher dot in the I. And here's a pitch to Gallagher. He'll get stopped by Hunter Tott and about 4 Xaverian Hawks. And Brandon Gallagher, he's a very sizable running back from what BR has seen in the past, so you're going to need to have triple, double coverage on Brandon Gallagher, especially when you know that's how your offense is going to be run. Of course, over the past, we've seen Nick Schlatt, Brandon Morin, even Arcel Armstead last year stepped up. He missed the first couple games this season. Wadsworth on the far side on the 2nd and 8. Here's a handoff to Gallagher. Gallagher finds an opening and gets stopped at the 27. So it should bring up a 3rd and about 3. Same formation for the Trojans. Split receivers. And Cohen will fake the handoff, looks downfield, and this one's going to be caught and taken for a first down and a lot more. Pushed out at midfield is Ryan Murphy.
On the reception, number 44 of the Trojans, Ryan Murphy. And it is a Trojan.
It came down to the acting job. Cohen, great job faking the handoff. However, Ryan Murphy was all alone for days on the near side, and good job rolling off of his defender. I believe that's only the 2nd throwing play that the Trojans have had early on. Just under 6 minutes left to go. Here's a handoff to Murphy. Murphy, a great job. Well, I should say a great job by number 11, Maurice Hurst Jr., just breaking away through the offensive line. And if Xaverian can stop the run, then the Trojans may very well be in trouble in this game. Loss of 2 on the play means the Trojans will take it from their own 46. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 12. Cohen rolls out to the far side, looking downfield, airs this one out, and it's going to be caught by 23, Ryan Scripter.
Number 23 of the Trojans, Ryan Scripter.
Cohen had a great look at Scripter, who was on the far side, and Cohen saw that there wasn't really anyone for a few yards. That's where your QB and wide receiver partnership really comes into play here, knowing where your receiver is.
Looks like it's injured shot.
And they're gonna measure it, but it looks like it's gonna be just short. But nevertheless, BR definitely caught a break there, going from 2nd and 12 to 3rd and a couple of blades of grass.
Inches for the Trojans. The ball at about the 42-yard line.
Tight formation for the Trojans. Cohen will keep it, and he'll get the first. Ball's on the ground, but I think they ruled Cohen down first. They call it a turnover, but it looked like Cohen may have been down unless maybe one of those Xaverian players held up his knee, and that looks like it might have been the case. The ball came loose somewhere in that pile underneath, and I can't tell from the angle if Cohen's leg was maybe above the ground. So if that's the case, then obviously they're going to get the ball to Xaverian. As we take a look, this might be the best angle right here. Cohen, his knee is still not on the ground. The ball comes loose, and it looks like that's the case, that Cohen's knee never hit the ground, because it looks like number 64, Ray Goby, was underneath the QB's knees. A really big turning point for the Trojans, and that's the case. The ball got stripped right there. And it took a second for the Xaverian Hawks to realize what happened, and there's the end result. So it looked like a promising drive for the Trojans ends up abruptly, and so Xaverian will take the ball, and that was number 10, DJ Pagliuca, who brings the ball up, and a stop made by Ryan Johnson.
Second and 6 for the Hawks.
2nd and 6. Dakar with a pitch forward, and that's going to be good enough for a first down. Harry Walsh with the carry. And when you're 1-5, the first thing that comes to mind is maybe, well, let's try this out. What's the worst that happens? We're already 4 games under 500, so maybe we can find something that works. Catch lightning in a bottle. As you see here, usually you see a quarterback flip it back, but unusual there. It worked for Walsh. He gets the first down. In the shotgun, A.J. King on the near side. And the car will hand it off to 32, Hunter Tott, who might get enough for the first down depending on the spot. So just like Brennan Gallagher is BR's answer for the offense, Hunter Tott is the answer for Xaverian. As you see here, he uses the blocks from his offensive line, and he's so sizable as a running back, it takes 3 players to take him down. Right there, a nice tackle by Aaron Conrad.
By number 12 of the Trojans, Aaron Conrad.
Conrad doing what you're supposed to do as a defensive player, wrapping up your player and then taking down instead of a shoestring tackle or trying to go for the highlight save. Hawks will send Pagliuca and King to the near side. Dakar will take it by himself, and he'll get stopped. Dan Noviello and Conrad. Looks like a little bit of miscommunication on the play, as Dakar had no idea where he was going. He was waiting for his running back to take the ball. But nevertheless, great awareness by the Trojans, realizing where the ball is. Dan Noviello, who was such an anchor on defense last year, definitely doing his part this year. Just above 2 minutes remaining in this first, 3rd and 9. Dakar rolls back, down the field, and this one's going to be caught at the, looks like 26-yard line. Looks like by number 22, DJ Spurzell. Brings up a 4th and 1, and the Hawks are going to go for it. In the I formation, dot in the I. And he'll take the handoff. He'll get the first down. However, he loses it. And BR will recover. Kevin Wadsworth with the recovery. As we take a look here, Tott looks like he had the ball knocked away by Conrad, and give Wadsworth his due there. Looks like he got knocked around, and all of a sudden he realized where the ball was and that there was no one around for a good few feet. A very costly turnover. Tott, he didn't even have anyone knock it away. It's kind of like the old tripwire effect, where the ball just randomly comes out by the invisible defender. So 126, BR trying to make Xaverian pay for their mistake from their own 14. Wadsworth in motion. And Gallagher will take it, rolls to the near side, and will fall to the 22, 23-yard line. As we see here, Brandon Gallagher gets a good block on the near side that knocked away Gallagher's what would have been defender. So again, the offensive line stepping up. Your running back is only as good as your offensive line. We are under a minute left to go in this first quarter. Cohen hands off to 44 Murphy. Looks like for a gain of another 1 or 2. And they're going to call it a first down. Looks like the Trojans going to use Ryan Murphy when they need to get that 2 or 3 yards, because he has a little more size to him than Brandon Gallagher does. Looks like this will be the last play of the first quarter. Cohen rolls back, looks downfield, and this one's going to be caught at the 31. Brought in by Dan Noviello. And that's how this first quarter will end.
A 19-second conversation with a stranger online can put your child in danger of being exploited or abused. Talking to kids about online safety can protect us for a lifetime. Don't wait. Talk to us today.
As we take a look, Cohen, once again, to get a good play like that going, you have to have a good acting job by a quarterback, and that is indeed the case, as Murphy rolled out to the near side. Brings up another first down. Wadsworth in motion in the I formation. Hand off to Gallagher. Gallagher to the far side. Breaks away. First down and a lot more for Brandon Gallagher. Still on his feet down at the 12-yard line. Brandon Gallagher, he's one of those running backs that won't dance around the hole. He'll take advantage of his blocks, and that is indeed the case. The block by Murphy really helped Gallagher break away to the 12-yard line. That's the one thing about running backs that kills some people, is the fact that the running backs will sort of dance around the end zone or dance around the middle of the field before actually taking it, so you're killing off valuable time and also killing off some useful blocks from your defensive line, or I should say offensive line rather. Cohen rolls out, getting rushed, looks downfield, and this one's going to be out of the reach of Murphy. Brings up a 2nd and 10. And we welcome in Skip Crossman. And Skip, we talked about how these two teams have been fighting in the past to be at the top of the top 20 in Massachusetts, but these two teams have certainly posted an unusual record. BR at 3-3, Xaverian at 1-5 as Cohen looks downfield. This one is caught and knocked out of bounds is Ryan Martin.
Nice run just before that by Brandon Gallagher. Yeah, Bridgewater Randoms always strives to play some of the better teams in Eastern Mass, and they're having a good year. You know, lost to St. John's in a 7-point game, and that's no small feat because St. John's is on the top 5. Xaverian just having one of those down years.
It's kind of unusual. Xaverian's a very young squad. As I mentioned, they have 36 sophomores, so.
Yeah, and they were picked as one of the top 5 teams in the East Mass top 20 earlier this year.
As once again, BR breaks out the I formation, handoff to Gallagher. And Gallagher still on his feet, reaches for the end zone, and they'll call it a touchdown.
Yeah, they finally signaled from the side. The umpire and the side judge, or linesman from the far side didn't give a signal, but we see the side judge from this side coming in with a signal. Nice balance, because he was stopped short of the line.
And right here, we're going to see what we talked about when Cohen fumbled the ball. Brandon Gallagher, great awareness, saw that he could use a block to sort of roll off of. So Trojans up early, 6-0, looking to add on. And they're going to go for 2. Wadsworth still on his feet, however, will get taken down, and they're going to call it, well, they're not going to call it because obviously got tackled, but nevertheless, 6-0, a failed 2-point conversion.
And Gaziano on the stop, he's only a sophomore. You can't emphasize enough how big those first points are when you score them early in the game.
Talked about before how Xaverian's a dangerous team. Yes, they're 1-5, obviously, but when you're 1-5, then they have the mentality that we're 1-5, we're just going to go out there and play our hardest, and BR could have the cupcake syndrome, and that's, well, this team's a cupcake. We're looking forward to the OCL for the next couple of weeks, or I should say Dartmouth, and possibly a top 10 battle against Barnstable. So that could be very dangerous when you're facing a team like Xaverian.
Yeah, it's always you never focus on their schedule because, as I say, the records each week is a different game, and Bridgewater Raynham knows that.
Picking up for the Trojans, number 15, Captain Kevin Wadsworth.
So Trojans capitalizing on a Xaverian miscue. With a little under 10.5 remaining in this first half. Wadsworth end over end. The wind going against it looked like.
A
And
short
this,
kick, yeah.
this one's going to be taken from the 25.
About a 7-yard return. He got about the 18-yard line.
Billy LaRue was the punt returner for the Xaverian Hawks. This is the last Saturday afternoon game for the Trojans now that the weather has turned fallish. We will start playing Friday night games, including this upcoming Friday night. Trojans will take on the Dartmouth Indians.
Be their first league game, right?
First league game, very unusual that there's only 2 league games.
Two opponents to play.
And in a couple weeks, a potential top 10 battle between Barnstable and the Trojans. And Brandon Todd still on his feet as there's a flag.
Got to watch that flag coming in late. It's usually something on the defense. Yeah. See what the signal is. Personal foul, face mask, yeah. Anytime that umpire throws something, he sees something late. It's not a procedure call, it's not an offside, it's something happening in the scrum there. And the umpire, John Cotter, he's a college official. When it happens in the middle like that, you know it's something that's kind of, or probably a dead ball foul, usually a personal foul. Benefit there on that 15-yard penalty.
In the shotgun, Dakar hands off. And for a gain of about 3.
The ball's loose. They're saying it's loose.
Is this another Xaverian miscue is the question.
Yeah.
Xaverian will retain possession.
Ball recovered by the Hawks. It'll be second and about
That had been a very crucial miscue if that was indeed a fumble. But nevertheless, Dakar hands off.
Nice play there on the end there by number 3 from Bridgewater Raynham.
Shane Kaminsky took a couple Trojans to their own side.
Yeah, nice play by the defense.
You see Kaminsky taking the long route to the near side.
Marcel Armstead made a good play on that from his defensive end position. He turned the play in. Bridgewater just didn't have any linebackers following up. Nice play.
Dakar almost loses control of it. Looks downfield. This one's going to be incomplete.
He dropped that into
Ryan
the turf.
Ryan Scripter did a good job of getting in the way.
Ryan Scripter.
Xaverian tries to take advantage of a first down situation. And this is going to be another running play.
Brought down by number 59 of the Trojans.
Kaminsky with the run.
Gain of about 4 on the play. Second and about 6.
Gain of 4 with second and a long 6.
Hawks have continued their ground and pound running attack. And this is a handoff to Sorrento. And
Little or no gain on the play.
Captain Kevin Johnston, number 88 of the
Gain
Trojans.
just under a yard. See, third and about 4. Third and 5. Yeah, third and 5. Whitaker's being looked at by what appears to be a doctor on the sideline.
Third and a long 5 for the Hawks.
Dakar, the quick snap to King. And King will be a couple yards short.
Dakar's pass is complete.
Just about fourth down, just about 2 yards for a first. See what the Hawks decide to do.
Very important. You saw Dakar taking that quick second step, and that's really what helped that play happen. If Dakar took a 3-step drop, then King would have been stopped easily at about the 28, 29-yard line. Xaverian's going for it on 4th down, 4th and 2.
Timeout call by Bridgewater Raynham. 22nd timeout.
Timeout on the field. Bridgewater Raynham.
Very well-timed timeout.
Well, he just wants to go over his defense here, seeing they're going to do a running play. So he wants to stack it inside for the quarterback sneak, because obviously, you know, the less times you handle the ball, the fewer chances of having any kind of a miscue. So unlikely to see something right up the middle. Quarterback sneak.
I was going to say, do we see something like we just saw in the last play when Dakar took that quick second step and pitched it off to A.J. King or maybe to Sorrento?
Yeah, string it out, and then he can pitch it forward as long as you're behind the line of scrimmage or all set.
4th and 2, 5:13, a crucial moment here in this first half. Dakar, the pitch to 33, and still on feet to the end zone. Kaminsky, touchdown, Xaverian.
So just what you didn't want to happen did. Not only give up the first time, but use the touchdown.
Kaminsky taking the very wide route.
Almost stopped in the backfield by number 12 for Bridgewater Raynham, but he continued on. And
We have a tie game, 6-6 with 5 minutes remaining. Corner point after for the Hawks.
looks like Darrow set to kick.
The kick is very high,
Not good.
and that one's going into the barn
Kick is good.
or the shack or whatever that structure is.
Get him out
The
here.
lead,
It didn't come down.
7-6.
I'm just waiting for the day when the ball does hit that barn. It comes tumbling down. 5:05 to go in the second period, second quarter, so Bridgewater Raynham has time to come back. And
Right there, you saw 3 Trojans.
yeah, just they had him in the backfield. Number 12 looked like he had a chance to put a hand on him, Conrad there, but he just didn't quite get him. And they didn't turn in the play, which is they've been successful in doing in previous scrimmage plays. As I say in the NFL, when you set the edge, when you turn the play in, so they force them inside, so they can't run outside you. The defense is at a distinct advantage. In that play there, they just got around the defensive end and say missed the tackle in the backfield. And
Darrow kicking off for the Hawks.
deep is Armistead.
Mike Clifford
And,
and Ryan Martin awaiting this punt. Perhaps this is what BR was afraid, or should have been afraid of from Xaverian. Really a nothing to lose attitude.
kind of a short kick right near the sideline.
Clifford from the 15. And Clifford will get stopped around the 28.
It's about the 28-yard line. It was so near the sideline, you almost wonder if you let that ball go and let it go out of bounds, because you're gonna get either a re-kick or
The ball at the 28-yard line.
an option that'd be far better than being at the 28. But 5:01 to go. Trojans start out at their own 28-yard line. Armistead and Gallagher in the backfield.
Pitch to Gallagher. And Gallagher will get a short gain, or perhaps he'll just cut it in half.
Give him about 4 on the run. See where they spot it. So ball in the 33, gain of about 5. 2nd and 5.
Gallagher, the heart of this running game this season, has had a pair of 3-touchdown games, as I mentioned.
2nd and 5 for the Trojans.
One of those running backs that does what a running back's supposed to, just keep your feet moving, and whatever happens, happens. Same formation, 3 in the backfield. Hand off to Armstead, and Armstead gets the first down, cuts it to the near side, to the 45, midfield, gets pushed out.
He stopped at the 45-yard line. He put his hand down to shut off the blocker and continued on. Gained another 7 yards on the play.
DJ Spurzo.
If he get back, he gained another 10 yards. He stiff-armed the guy on the 42. Continuing right down the sideline. Getting ball just inside the Hawk territory on the 49. 4:02 to go. Plenty of time for the Trojans.
And Dan Biron is less than happy with his team. As we take another look at Armstead, who really just came out of the blocks right through the defensive line.
Yeah, it looked like the play was designed to go inside, and Armstead just kicked it outside, which was a pretty smart decision because he gained another 15 yards on the play.
So 3:57 left to go in this first half. Xaverian still has all 5 of their timeouts. However, Trojans have 3, which could be important if BR gets the ball a little further downfield and clock starts to become a factor.
3:57. First and 10 from the Xaverian 49.
Cohen trips up.
Wide open 44.
Ryan Murphy, another first down.
Nice catch and run. Nice throw by Jordan Cohen on the sprint out. He was on the run. Made a nice pass, nice catch.
Trips over the air.
Yeah, I might have tripped over a foot of one of the pulling guards or one of the offensive linemen. They sometimes come back a little bit too deep, and the quarterback trying to sprint down the line gets too deep.
As we approach 3.5 left to go in this first half.
Martin on our side goes in motion.
And this is going to be handoff to Gallagher. Gallagher will get about a 2-yard loss.
They're going to have something extra prepared there. Or a face mask. Yep.
Not sure it was a face mask as well, right? Looks like from our vantage point, it might have been on number 11 for Xaverian, Maurice Hurst.
Personal foul, face mask. So it's fortuitous play there for the Trojans, but they only gained 2 or 3 on the play at most. Probably go back to the line of scrimmage, and a 15-yard penalty being assessed brings it to about the 23-yard line. The Trojans will get to operate with 3:20 to go. Plenty of time.
The second big mistake by Xaverian on the day. Scripter on the near side. And you see right there the face mask. Cohen fakes the handoff, looks downfield, getting rushed out of the pocket. He'll be on the run
Sprints out.
for a gain of about 3.
Good play. Gets out of bounds. Stops the clock. See Mark Hartzell and Dan Buron on the sideline giving Jordan Cohen the upcoming play. Bringing in another receiver, number 88 for the Trojans, Kevin Johnson. He's entering the game. Johnson's he's a hefty guy, 6 foot 220. Looks bigger than that.
2nd and 7. Ball on Xaverian's 20. With Wadsworth on the near side. Cohen pitches to Gallagher, and Gallagher will get wrapped up and taken down.
I think the play was designed to go off tackle. That's where the blocks were set up, and we're able to penetrate, beat off the block from the outside. Number 32 with a nice tackle.
Hunter Todd, who we saw on a couple of running plays early on. 3rd and 7.
2:28, clock winding.
At the very least, BR needs a couple yards to get around field goal territory. 2 on the near side. Cohen sets back, looks downfield. Murphy underneath. And Murphy still on his feet to the
He's gonna go
5,
in.
to
He's
the
going
end
in.
zone.
Boy, there was a nice play on the edge here. Number 70 for Bridgewater Raynham. Nick Whittemore, I believe, just put a hand on Maurice Hurst, who had a chance to make a play. And he just ever so slightly made contact with him. I'm sorry. Looks like Kaminsky might have been the defender on the outside that good Trojan block there, just set up Murphy for that 22-yard run. Still plenty of time. The Trojans operating pretty efficiently there.
Murphy taking advantage of that block.
And there's a lot of arm tackling there too. A couple of Hawk players had a chance to put a hand on him. They didn't. Trojans showing some life there after giving up what looked like an easy touchdown series to the Hawks. Come back. With 2:08 to go to take a 12-7 lead.
Talked about in the opening that BR might want to think about taking Xaverian out early on. However, Xaverian has definitely done a great job holding their own.
Whitaker's still on the sideline, though. The doctor's going back to talk to him. Looks like has some kind of an upset stomach, so there might be a caution for a concussion.
Trojans will go for 2. Let's see what Dan Biaron drew up in that timeout.
4 wide receivers with Cohen and Murphy in the backfield.
Scripter, Martin on the far side. Meanwhile, Mike Morano and Wadsworth on the near side. Cohen, low snap. Quick pass to Wadsworth, who will fall short.
I think the play was designed to go outside. He came back in, and there were 2 Hawk players waiting for him. Quick pass by Cohen. 33, Kaminsky was right there to make the tackle.
12-7 with 2:08 remaining in the game. In the first half.
I don't know how popular it should have been going for 2. Maybe just take the easy PAT and you're up by 1 touchdown, as right now just a touchdown by Xaverian would give the Hawks the lead.
Well, the Trojans are looking at that's not going to be their last points of the game, I think. I think they're expecting to be able to score once again, but that's just my thinking. Of course, a 2-point would have given them, a 14-7 score. So when they go for the first one, you're almost committed to do the second one. Nice kickoff.
King from the 3. Brings it up to the 20, and he will get taken out of bounds at about the 25, but we have a flag on the play.
Just over the 25-yard line, but we have a flag on the deck.
It was in the pileup where the flag came out. Might have been a block in the back right there by number 7. Yep.
Illegal block in the back by the Hawks.
So it looked like a promising gain will end up being 1st and 10 from Xaverian's 15.
Yeah, that's a tough one. Mistakes are causing both teams to put them in a hold. And that's Xaverian's second one in consecutive series.
Pagliuca on the far side as Xaverian will draw up a running play that will go for a loss by Kaminsky.
Nice initial play by Daniel Noviello to stop the play. It looked like he was trying to tear the ball away from the running back's hands. As a result, he didn't actually make the tackle, but he made the initial stop. See him tearing away at the ball there. Kaminsky finally hauled down.
Looked like Kaminsky was trying to redraw his map as he tried to roll back out. And
Yeah. Thought he might have some greener pastures to the left.
split receivers again. Dakar alone in the backfield. Here's, well, it looks like Pagliuca will actually take the handoff as he gets taken down at the 21-22 yard line.
The Hawks are stopped right by number 87, Nobiello. Assisted by
Yeah,
number 12,
Yeah, probably was.
Conrad.
No, handoff to 15, and then he just pushed it ahead to Pagliuca.
Bridgewater Rainham takes their 12th timeout.
Trojan.
Nice play nonetheless.
Trojans take yet another timeout, so very interesting that BR would take a timeout with a minute 18. However, it does make sense because if you stop Xaverian on this 3rd down and 3, you take that other timeout and you could have a minute 15 to play with.
Yep. So it looks like Whitaker's taking his pads off on the bench there down in front, being attended to by Pete Smith and the trainer, BR trainer, and the sideline doctor. He's probably not coming back in. Safe to say.
Xaverian trying to get a 1st down, keep this drive going.
3rd and about 3.
You really don't want to give BR the ball back with a chance to score. Carr in the shotgun.
Back to pass.
Steps back. This one's caught by King, and King will get the 1st down and a lot more.
All right around the 36-yard line.
Scripter is hurt. Let's see if we can spot what happened here.
Just lost his footing, might have twisted his ankle. He went down, there was nobody near him. Foot might have got caught in the turf.
Looks like he tried to cut back to get King in the back as Xaverian takes a timeout. Can hear the PA announcer call it a cramp, but
I didn't know Mr. T had his medical degree, but
I left my PhD at home, so I can't really say anything today.
well, he is. Looks like Pete's stretching it out. So, yeah, he went down like a ton of bricks there, like he caught his foot in the turf and just twisted it. And Pete Smith is looking at his ankle right now.
As I mentioned, it did downpour here not too long ago, so
Might be some water just below the surface there, making it a little slippery.
Transcriptor, the 5'11 senior.
He plays a lot for Bridgewater Raynham, so he'll be missed.
From a 3rd and 3 with a minute 18 turns into a Xaverian 1st and 10 with a little over a minute. Dakar looks
Some
downfield.
pressure, wide open.
And King will run out of bounds. Good awareness by the wide receiver, realizing that BO is going to tackle him inside of the boundary.
Minute 5. Good clock management here by Xaverian.
It'll be 1st and 10 with the ball at the 44-yard line.
Steve's on the far side as Dakar sets back. Again, looks downfield. This one's caught by DJ Spurzl. Spurzl still on his feet. 1st down and more.
Pass is complete.
I feel like I'm watching a Patriots game here as VR's secondary is just sort of collapsed under Xaverian.
Well, they're not giving away the long pass, but those short routes and tacking on another 10 on the run. Makes it a very productive effort for the Hawks here.
Scripture.
Just under a minute to go, 56 seconds.
Scripture is walking on the sideline, and it looks like he's walking fine, so
1st and 10.
hopefully for the Trojans' sake, he can come back in sometime in the 3rd quarter. Carr sets back again, has a lot of time to look downfield. Roped in by King. What a catch by A.J. King.
One-handed catch, that was a nice grab.
Outstanding
Looked like it was
catch
over
by
his head.
A.J. King. And that is a Hawks first down.
A.J. King, 5'10". However, right there had the reach of someone that's about 6'2".
Yeah, he just reached up and just pulled it back in.
Xaverian, 3 timeouts. BR has 1.
Dakar again. 3 wide and in the
50
shotgun.
seconds left to go as Dakar again has a lot of time. This one's going to be passed off to Spurzl, and Spurzl will be just shy of the end zone.
First down.
On the stop. Number
Trojans got to
12,
get a little bit more push up front. They're not
Conrad.
able to
And that is a first down.
get
That'll
much
be
pressure
first
on Austin
and goal
Dakar, and he's having time to set up and throw.
From the 2-yard line.
Very unusual as the defensive line for the Trojans typically does a good job of pressuring the quarterback, but today Xaverian is just outsized BR.
Xaverian's got a substantial front line there, so
Xaverian takes a timeout.
still 41 seconds, plenty of time.
We haven't seen the Xaverian running game that we saw in the first quarter and the first part of this second quarter. So do we maybe see a handoff to Kaminsky?
Yeah, the ball looks like the ball's spotted at the 2-yard line. First and goal from the 2. You need the Trojans to come up with a big effort here.
First and goal, Xaverian from the 2.
First and goal, Dakar hands off to Kaminsky, who cuts a little too early and gets taken down at the 1.
Brought down again by number 12, Aaron Conrad.
Just Wadsworth and Conrad on the tackle there for the Trojans.
Time continues to wind down, 22 seconds. Maybe one more play and then they don't get in there. Field goal opportunity as Kaminsky will take it straight up the middle and into the end zone for 6.
So he's in.
I guess they crossed the goal line.
Kaminsky's second touchdown of the day gives Xaverian the 13-12 lead. So these two teams yet again playing a close contest as Xaverian takes a timeout.
13.5 seconds to go, so it shows how productive Xaverian is with 2 minutes to go and 2 away to go, I believe, when they started their drive.
Give credit to Charlie Stevenson being aware of the clock, realizing that with a minute 18, he still had 5 timeouts left, and it really helped out because when you had Dakar having enough time in the back of the pocket to survey the field, and that catch by A.J. King at about the 10-yard line really helped out the Hawks.
Yeah, they were on the sideline. They used the sideline to their advantage, and the receivers going out of bounds after short gains saved them a couple of timeouts there along the way. I don't think there was an incompletion on the whole drive. Even the passes you didn't think were going to be caught were caught. So the nice productive drive for the Hawks. Just under 2 minutes to go ahead and score 13-12.
At this juncture of the season, I talked about it earlier, you really need to have that connection with your wide receiver if you're a quarterback like Dakar is. As the Hawks will go for 2. 3 receivers on the far side, and Spurzl on the near side. Dakar sets back, looks downfield, getting rushed. The pitch to the end zone, intercepted. And this one's going to be taken down to the 15 by Mike Morano, I believe.
Morano. Nice play. Because that ball was tipped, nice play. Dakar under pressure had forced the pass there. It probably wasn't there. Hoping for the tip.
He was aiming for A.J. King, who on a couple of plays.
He had double coverage on him, so I don't know what he thought he had.
Coming up at halftime, the BR Marching Band takes the field. Here at the regional, where it's a 13-12 Xaverian Hawks lead. 2 years, or I should say 3 years ago, these two teams went to overtime. 2010 they went to overtime. 2011 they went to double overtime. So surprise, 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 we have a close contest here at the regional. And the squib kick that will go to the 41, where it will roll out.
Looking for the determination whether it was touched.
You'd say it was touched? Yep.
Was touched by a Bridgewater Radiant player, so there is no flag.
There's absolutely no time off on the clock, 13.5. Trojans have time for probably two passes.
First and 10, Bridgewater Radiant from the 41. 15.5 seconds remain to halftime. Again, a reminder.
13.5 seconds, so as you said, Skip, enough time to run maybe 3 plays if you can aim to the sideline and you look out for your receivers. As we've seen so far today, Ryan Murphy has done his part on this BR offense.
So Murano and Wadsworth on our side. 2 receivers at the top of the screen.
Cohen rolls out, looks downfield. Wadsworth underneath, gets shoved out of bounds.
They're going to call the pass was uncatchable, even though Wadsworth was contacted by the Xaverian player.
Number 10, DJ Pagliuca, with a little extra shove on Wadsworth. As he alluded to, it's just out of the reach of Wadsworth, so really there's no necessity for a penalty.
Yeah, they're not going to call that. If it's going to be a catchable ball, and that ball was even thrown out of bounds, too, so the likelihood if he did catch it would have been out of bounds.
So if this was in the middle of the field and if Wadsworth had a chance to catch that ball, it would have been an easy snap pass interference. 8 seconds left to go.
Pretty much the same formation. Scripter and Martin to the top. In the middle.
Wadsworth, nice pitch to Murphy. At the 40, at the 35, timeout by Coach Bioron, and the clock hit 0:00.
See what they call. They're going to call halftime?
Halftime is the call. The Xaverians running off the field, so.
And well, they should. Get off the field, don't give them a chance.
13-12 the score here at halftime at the regional.
Welcome back to the Cable 8 News. I am John Myers.
And I'm Nick Palmieri.
And Nick, nice to have you here on the set.
It is.
Or is it nice to have me on the set?
He's still got it! Oh my God! Bridgewater Second effort, third effort, and fourth effort.
This is a community facility. BTV Cable Access is here to present and to represent all the voices in town.
Many members of this corporation who have served voluntarily and spent many hours of their personal time to work toward creating a local network with varied programs to serve the community of Bridgewater.
In 5, 4, 3, 2. It's about community, it's about coming together, it's about helping us out, because at the end of the day, that's what makes all of us strong.
No, it's strong.
What do you think you're doing, Kevin?
Was just gonna drive home.
There are several warning signs present that you shouldn't be driving.
Like hearing voices?
Like your text-to-emoji ratio?
Oh man, the selfies.
Selfies. Nailed it. We all have warning signs that let us know that we're probably not okay to drive. Mine is pretending to be your subconscious.
Greg, come on man, let's split a ride home.
Second half action here at Bridgewater Rainham High School. 13-12, Xaverian on top of the Trojans. John Luck, Skip Crossman coming to you. Skip, the running attack for Xaverian. We talked about it in the first half. It's been killer so far. Starting off with Kaminsky, Shane Kaminsky.
And that last drive where Xaverian scored, it was the passing attack on using the sidelines and timeouts efficiently to score with 2 minutes.
So the second half is underway. A.J. King will take it from his own 10-yard line, dodge a defender, and will take it up to the 29.
Yeah, nice chance. BR had a chance to trap him within the 20-yard line. They missed tackle there. So Xaverian deferring their option to the second half has the advantage here early on with the ball and the lead at 13-12. See if the Trojans can come up and get a quick 3 and out and get the ball back.
Xaverian's coach was very vocal during the halftime break. I was on top of the press box, and you could hear the Xaverian coach across the street yelling at his team. So I don't know if there was really a lot to yell about. Xaverian has definitely hung in with these BR Trojans.
Well, Xaverian always comes into a game with the talent, because they don't just draw from 1 or 2 towns. They've got a number of towns, and they draw some talent. So they always come into a game thinking that they're going to be the better team on the field that day. And Charlie Stevenson's had a lot of success, so he's got a right to expect a decent effort from his players.
2nd and 7, 2 receivers on the far side, Pagliuca and King. Here's a handoff to Kaminsky, who cuts to the far side, and he'll get the first down and a couple of extra.
Well, he was caught in the backfield, looked like by Noviello, and he just kicked it out to the outside and gained another 10 yards on the play. It's unusual. If you look at the other side of the field, you see 3 players from Xaverian in orange vests. They're calling out the signals to the offensive unit. You see that in the pros a lot, in the pros in college.
And Dakar loses the snap. However, Kaminsky catches it, and he'll get up to about the line of scrimmage, maybe a loss of a yard or 2, but nevertheless a little miscommunication there.
It's a big opportunity for Bridgewater Rain to put Xaverian in a hole. Ball was dropped around the 35-yard line.
Looks like it was just a classic case of a little center QB miscommunication.
Probably a high snap in the combination with QB taking his eye off the ball.
3rd and 11, Dakar out of the shotgun. Sets back. Hooks downfield. This one's caught by King at the 40, the 35. Pushed out at the 33.
Yeah, it was decent coverage by Mike Clifford, but Dakar is just threading the needle there on the outside corner patterns there. And, throwing it to a receiver. It's either the receiver or no one's going to catch that ball.
Certainly a positive that the Hawks can take out of that first half is the offensive line. They have given Dakar a lot of time to look downfield for Pagliuca and DJ King.
A number of substitutions for Sorrento and Todd are in the backfield for the Hawks. Back to pass.
Pagliuca underneath.
Nice pressure there by Marcel Armstead. He came in kind of uncontested from his defensive end position and laid a good hit on Dakar, but it was a legal and clean hit too.
As you see it here, Armstead just launched back and took out Dakar, and as you mentioned, it was a clean hit. So
it wasn't a late hit, it was clean. He was in the air when the ball was released. Made the most of it.
2nd and 10, Pagliuca on the near side. King on the far side. Here's the handoff to...
Oh, look at that. That could be called a flag. That's going to flag, and that's going to be a flag on the offensive player for grabbing Marcel Armstead's face mask. Let's see what they call.
Brought down by number 3 of the Trojans, Asel
You can't touch the face mask, offense or defense. See what he calls.
Sorrento came up a little lame on his ankle.
Okay, he twisted it.
Looks like he gets a double-edged sword, maybe the penalty
So
and this.
He's going to check with Buron whether he wants the penalty or not, because it's going to be a 15-yard penalty for personal foul. There's no 5-yard face mask penalties anymore, but it would be a third down at the spot or 15 yards back from the spot of the foul. Personal foul. Face mask. He saw it. The wing official on this side, he saw the hand coming up, and you know, you're taught as a running back to push off and to stiff arm people.
Well,
he yanked him right down. So now number 4 yanked down Arcel Armstead right there on the play. Kicks his Xaverian back 15 yards, but it's going to be a second down.
Is that a smart move, setting Xaverian back another 15 yards?
Dan Buron thinks so. He probably is. You know, you get him to play some, throw some different pass plays, or the Trojans can come up with some decent pressure here.
On the 2nd and 29, Nakara launches this one deep downfield. King underneath.
Nice play, broken up.
Knocked away by Ryan Scripter, who was hurt in the first half, but certainly has come back here in the second.
Looks like Scripter and Wadsworth in on the play. They sandwiched him. So decent coverage by the Trojans there. Again, now we get a third down.
That was the one thing that worried me about giving Dakar another shot downfield, is the fact that he has enough time now to launch it, and they're going to go for it on this 4th and really long. Dakar, a short pass to Tot, who takes it past midfield, and Tot will
just about get back to the line to the previous first down line, so it's going to be a set up a 4th down with about 10.
20-yard gain, it'll be 4th and 10 for the Hawks.
That was a 19-yard gain by Todd. It was 3rd and 29.
These wide receivers for Xaverian, they have a little extra on them, so it's easier to take the ball through a couple of defenders as Dakar gets hit. And nearly picked off, and no flag.
Boy, there should have been a face mask on that one, too. The offensive player yanked the defender down by the helmet.
And Xaverian will start from their own 28-yard line.
6:40 to go, 3rd quarter.
Split receivers, 2 on the far side. However, this will be a handoff. Up the middle is
Kaminsky. He's down on the ground.
Shane Kaminsky. If you're Xaverian, you have to hope that it's
2 consecutive series, 2 running backs going down. Todd, previous series, and now Kaminsky on the ground.
Trainer's looking at the knee.
And he's kind of putting pressure on it, so I'm assuming it is some kind of a cramp. I don't know if he'd be putting that kind of pressure if you thought he hurt his knee. Not being a doctor, I don't know.
I was going to say, I think I missed that episode of ER. Let's see what happened here. As
he got his leg kind of twisted there by Noviello.
As I said, if you're Xaverian, you really have to hope that there's no serious damage done to your running back, Kaminsky, who's already been responsible for 2 touchdowns on the day.
Yeah. Get one of the Trojan players down on the sidelines here getting stretched out.
It's very warm for a fall day, but you don't have the humidity and the heat. Around 70 degrees.
Yeah, 74, Nick Falconeri on the sideline there. His distinctive mohawk hairdo there. One that I think would look pretty good on you, John.
I was going to try it, but I was going to wait for you since you're the BTV fashion trendsetter.
That would be Jeff Fowler.
I don't want to think about that either.
We get a 2nd and about 7 for the Hawks. Ball spotted about the 31-yard line, their own 31.
Minsky was able to walk off under his own power, so that's very good for Xaverian. And this is going to be a toss to Pagliuca.
Nice play by the wing on that side. There's number 3, Arcel Armstead again. He turned into play and forced Pagliuca out of bounds. It looks like maybe a gain of 1. Third and 7. Good 7 yards.
Arcel Armstead has done very well on defense this season. Last year he was part of the 3-headed monster on the running game with Schlatt and Warren.
Back to pass. Some pressure. He's under pressure. Oh, intercepted!
Aaron Conrad with the interception. Conrad to the end zone for 6.
Ill-advised pass by Dakar. Dakar was under pressure, being yanked to the ground. I don't know who the Bridgewater defender was, but he had him under his grasp, and Dakar just threw a desperation pass right into the hands of number 12. Conrad.
Aaron Conrad with the interception for the touchdown.
69. Looks like 69 for Bridgewater Raynham. Nope, no 69. So we'll give Spencer Poe credit for that play. Nice pressure on the quarterback, forcing Dakar to throw an ill-advised pass and being picked off.
And the Trojans will try for 2 again. Trying to make it a 7-point game.
About a 33-yard run, wasn't it? Jordan Cohen.
Cohen has enough room to run in the end zone. Taking a long time. This one's going to be knocked away.
And the Trojans 0 for 3 on the extra points. What do you think, John? Do they not have a kicker?
Well, Wadsworth is their kicker. But going back to that last 2-point, this past one, the 2-point conversion attempt, Cohen had a great chance to just run the ball into the corner of the end zone.
Yep.
Not really sure what was going on there.
The defensive players were closing quickly, so it might have been a close play. But you're right. Probably if your mindset is to run and go from the get-go, then he might have made it in. But a little hesitation there in the coverage by the Hawk defenders there caused him to throw one up for grabs there. He just wasn't able to connect. So Aaron Conrad would look about a 33-yard interception in return for a touchdown. Gives the Trojans a lead.
As King and Pagliuca underneath, awaiting this punt from Kevin Wadsworth. Wadsworth, a low, deep kick that will bring Xaverian out to the 20.
Went into the end zone. That's a good kick. That is a good kick. When a high school kid can kick it into the end zone, that's a great effort. Because on the ground, it's at least 55 with the bounce that goes into the end zone. It's credit for a 60-yard kick. That's a good effort. And sets Xaverian, the Hawks, back on their own 20. So not great field position.
Now a chance for Dakar to try and make right what he did wrong off that interception return for a touchdown.
If you're BR, you're going to try to do what you did the last series. Stop him on and near the line of scrimmage.
Oh, Sorrento stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Maybe a gain of 1, borderline 2.
Noviello and Murphy in on the stop there for the Trojans. Trojans getting good play from the defensive end position.
Seavers on the near side. Dakar rolls to the near side. Looking downfield. This one's caught from Pagliuca.
Is it caught? Yes, it is. I thought he fumbled it down going to the ground.
I believe that was Scripter in on the stop. Pagliuca, a senior, so Xaverian will be sad at the end of the year when they have to let this receiver graduate.
Looks like Tott and Walsh in the backfield for Xaverian. Hand off to Tott. Good enough for the first down.
First and 10 on the 35.
.408 clock running, third quarter.
Dakar with a snap, pitches back to Pagliuca.
Out to pitch, he's stopped by somebody in the backfield. Second player in was Arcel Armstead. First player in was number 20 for Bridgewater Raynham, Matt Wyman. Great play. Again, sealing the edge, forcing the Hawks to turn the play up when they want to go outside. Most of the teams feel when they can get outside, they can use their speed one-on-one because obviously the running back has an advantage over a defensive player. He knows where he wants to go. The defensive player has to react.
Quick pitch to Pagliuca, who
nice
gets
play
stopped in the
by Ryan
backfield by
Murphy.
Murphy.
Nice play. Ryan Murphy sniffed that play out. He was in the backfield. He had Pagliuca covered like a glove. He was right on him. Nice play. Nice pressure. Loss of about 4 or 5 on the play. Yeah, it's 3rd and 15.
So perhaps BR has figured out Austin Dakar's quick snaps and quick counts.
I think we're seeing a difference with the pressure on the defensive line. They're making Austin Dakar make some plays. And
Dakar sets back, looking far downfield.
Noviello coming in. Oh, nice play.
Knocked away by guess who?
Ryan Murphy. Having a defensive series right here. And again, Noviello came in from his defensive end position and got to Dakar late, but still got to him. After a while, those hits are going to take their toll.
Xaverian forced to punt.
Gaziano deep in his own territory. Short kick.
Kicking against the wind, a fair catch at the 39-yard line by Cam Goodrich.
So about a 35-yard punt. Just about 35 yards on the punt. Fair catch by Bridgewater Raynham. Will start out in real good territory on their own 40-yard line.
Trojans looking to add on points on the offensive side of the ball.
Yeah, they got to do something to break the streak of missed extra points.
Maybe the Trojans can take a positive out of the fact that they're scoring the first 6. So maybe that second 2 is something to work on in the future.
Hopefully they'll solve it today.
Martin on the far side, Wadsworth on the near side. Here's the handoff to Gallagher. And Gallagher will be stopped just shy of the 45.
Not so. Gained another 2 yards on his second effort. He was stopped at the 45-yard line and just put his back into the defensive players and lugged them ahead for another 2 yards.
That's a gain of 7. It'll be second and
Initial contact right there. He drove him back about another yard, but then he just, maybe it's the help of number 72 from Bridgewater Raynham, Nick Whittemore, giving him a little bit of push.
Running back who's 5'9", 180. He can definitely hit you with a lot of force.
Just under 3 yards to go. 2nd and 3. Minute 52.
Cohen fakes the handoff, looks downfield. Murphy underneath,
open.
past midfield to the 40. Murphy to the 27.
It tells you something about a player. He had a chance to go out of bounds on about the 22, 23-yard line, but then again, he just lowers his head and burrows ahead for another 5 yards, keeping it in bounds and gaining another 4 or 5 yards on the play. Nice effort by Ryan Murphy. Caught it on the 50. There he is inside the 30, inside that's 28-yard line. So Trojans in good position here now with 1:28 to go. Third quarter.
Split receiver, I formation. Hand off to Gallagher, who
Kind of loses
slips.
his footing. Yeah, lost his footing there. Looked like he was ready to cut back in the middle.
Getting back to Ryan Murphy, he's certainly making his case to be named the player of the game, both on offense and defense. He's come up in a couple of big spots.
Absolutely. A couple of key tackles in that last series. Just before the half, he had some nice plays when Bridgewater A&M was trying to score.
2nd and 10 on the 28. Cohen takes the handoff, looking
He has some room.
downfield.
He has some room to run.
He'll take this to the 21.
Yeah, he's going to be a couple of yards short of the first down, set up a 3rd and about 2. And that's the play we were talking about before when Cohen had a shot towards the end zone. You thought he should have tucked the ball and run. From that play there, he just looked like he was going to pass it all. He just kept it and ran. Got to the outside there and sets up a 3rd and about 3.
$39.2 remaining in this 3rd quarter. Trojans going to go with a tight formation again.
Double tight ends. Gallagher ahead for the first down. Going to be close. I don't see a signal. First down. Usually from the side, you see the linesman of the line just waving his hands to kill the clock to let them reset the chains. And that play there, we didn't see any signal. But the referee came in and clearly spotted the ball and saw a first down.
And that is how this 3rd quarter will end. A run by Gallagher.
Gets the first down and sets the ball up on about the 18-yard line where the Trojans will take over starting the fourth quarter.
18-13, BR on top of Xaverian.
Game-changing play. Pulls up, turnaround to win it. Got it!
Welcome back to the madness.
Trojans at 1st and 10 from their 18, start of the 4th quarter.
Conrad motion. Cohen looks downfield. Murphy underneath at the 10, to the 5, in for 6.
Yeah, there was no question there. Just a pass out into the flat to Ryan Murphy. He had one defender to beat. He caught the corner near the pylon, burst into the end zone. Gives the Trojans a 24-13 advantage. There's number 2 and number 32 didn't get there in time. So Ryan Murphy with his 2nd touchdown of the day.
That is Murphy's 2nd touchdown of the day. And dare I say it, through my eyes to see me, the Trojans are going to kick the PAT.
Let's see.
Snap good, hold good, and kick good.
Up into the evergreens under fire.
Xaverian trying to get something on the board. 25-13, 8:55 left to go.
If there's a time for a big defensive stand, it's right now.
Dakar sets back, looking downfield. A deep pass downfield. Pagliuca underneath.
Well overthrown. I mean, he had NFL air under that, but unfortunately he had high school receivers. Not quite the speed that he needed there. Wasn't even close.
At least if it comes down to a Hail Mary, you have your man right there in Dakar.
Yeah, I guess you do. The announcer just said it was a 55-yard pass.
Second and 10 from the 49 of the Trojans.
Farrell checks in for the Hawks on this side of the field, number 6. First time we've seen him. On with Spurzl.
Takar in the shotgun. Passes off to Spurzl.
Gain of about 4 on the play. Sorry, 3. Gain of about 3 on the plays. 3rd and 7. So if there's a time in the game where the Trojans need to come up with a big 3rd down defensive play, it's right now. See what they can dial up.
Pagliuca on the far side. Takar rolls back.
Set up for a screen here. Intercepted? No.
This one is going to be caught, and down at the 40 is that Pagliuca? It is.
Almost intercepted there by Kevin Johnson. He had a hand on it, just couldn't quite pull it down. 4th and 1.
See Tot coming out there on a crucial 4th and 1 that could decide the game for Xaverian, who come in at 1 and 5. Here's a handoff to Tot. Tot will get the first down and a lot more. Taken down at the 27.
That's a cry from the fans wanting a turnover there where Matt Wyman had the ball, but when you have offense and defense handling the ball can set, at the same time.
It looked like he actually had the ball.
He did, but they're saying the offensive player never released it, so it's going to give always to the advantage of the offense.
Pitch back to Sorrento, who will be stopped.
24 made a nice play to turn it in for Bridgewater. Mike Clifford. Trojans defensive end came in there to seal the play. Conrad made the play. Clifford turned the play in. Loss of about a yard on the play.
At this point, Xaverian might want to pick the pace up a little bit, down by 2 scores. 2nd and 11, Pagliuca on the far side. Meanwhile, number 6, Jake Farrell on the near side. Takar gets a snap, hands it off to
Kaminsky. Kaminsky rumbles ahead for about 4 yards. 3rd and about 6. Ball spotted on the 25-yard line. They need to get to the 18-yard line, so 3rd and 7. Xaverian throwing in a lot of players offensively, switching almost every series. And every other play, they're throwing in 2 or 3 new players, keeping it fresh.
3 receivers on the near side.
Back to pass.
Gets hit and once again throws it to no one.
Daniel Noviello coming in, causing the pressure. It was funny too. The play before, Noviello was sitting on the bench drinking some water, and he heard a coach must have yelling for him to get in, and came in the next play there and made the good pressure on Austin Takar there. For an errant throw. 4th and about 7. It's one of those make or break plays you've been talking about, John, where the Xaverian needs to keep their effort alive by making a conversion here. Trojans can, with 5:53 to go, if the Trojans can come away with a nice stop here.
BR will take a timeout, the first of this second half. Chance for Dan Bjorn to scout out the Xaverian offense and decide what personnel is on the field.
Yeah, he's looking for a pass from Austin Takar, so he's probably just talking to his linebackers and receivers not to get beat. Do their best they can to come in between the receiver and the ball.
As Dan Bjorn continues to talk to his team about this 4th and 7. See Arcel Armstead off to the left, trying to work out his leg, it looks like. If BR wins, they will go to 4-3. Meanwhile, Xaverian would go to a surprisingly 1-6 record.
Yeah, nobody had that figured from the beginning of the season. As I say, when you looked at the team and you looked at the players that Xaverian has, considering Maurice Hurst is a Division I, I believe he's going to Michigan. There's another player on the team. I don't remember the name, but there's obviously a couple of players that have football left in their career. And Xaverian was picked to be in the top 10.
36 sophomores, so they might be on the downturn this year. However, watch out for them in 2013 and 14 as Takar passes off to Spurzl. And
just enough for the first down. Just enough.
Xaverian has one last heartbeat in their offense. And Spurzl continued to wrap his leg around.
Yeah, the nice second effort there by Spurzl got the first down.
Takar under center. Passes off to Pagliuca, who will fall just a yard or two shy of the first down. Tackled by Scripter. Bring up about a 2nd and 3.
And the clock continued to run. 5:16 to go in the fourth quarter. Takar back to pass. Sets up on the side.
Down at the 4.
Looks like a first down.
Stephen Ash.
And it is a first down. It'll be first and goal from about the 5-yard line.
Well, actually spotted at the 5. Looked like Ash might have gotten his legs out for a couple of extra, but nevertheless, 5 yards the difference. Takar.
5:06 to go.
Hands off to Harry Walsh, I believe.
He's in for the touchdown.
Number 20, Gary Welch on the carry. And the score. It's 25-19.
So Xaverian still has some life in them at 25-19, perhaps 25-20 after the PAT. Snap is good, hold is good, and this kick is also good.
And with 5 minutes remaining, ladies and gentlemen, we have a 25-20 football game here at Bridgewater Rain.
A lot of time off the clock, of over 4 minutes on that drive for the Hawks. 5:02 to go. Trojans with a 5-point lead. Need to come out on this series here and just control the clock and move the ball up the field methodically so they can try to get some more points.
Now, it's obviously still too early to contemplate the idea of an onside kick, as both teams have a lot of timeouts left, so.
Never know. I mean, Xaverian needs to get the ball back. They need to score. They might shoot, roll the dice here and try an onside, see what they do.
They figured out the running game in the first half with Gallagher. However, Ryan Murphy has really come into play in the second half. 2 touchdowns today. In a 5-point game, 25-20. Let's see what Xaverian will do.
Deep kick. It's going to be into the end zone. Yeah. No chance for return on that one, so the Trojans will start out on their own 20-yard line. 5:02 to go, plenty of time. Trojans' objective here is to move the ball down the field and come away with some kind of points and use up a lot of time in the process.
Trojans still have all 5 of their second half timeouts. Meanwhile, Xaverian has 4. Something to watch out for here in the last 5 minutes or so in regulation.
Unless they need some kind of a defensive, offensive, meeting, Trojans can try to let this clock run and use any of the timeouts.
Wadsworth in motion. Here's a handoff. That will be a loss of a couple.
Maurice Hurst. First time I've seen his name mentioned today. Interesting article about Maurice Hurst in the preseason, how he's son of a Patriot, former Patriot Maurice Hurst. Maurice is his name, also Maurice Hurst Jr. here. And he's got a full ride to, I believe it's Michigan.
Very defensive conference, the Big Ten, so certainly Michigan would be a great place for Hurst.
Yeah, the Hawks have some big guys. 6'4", as we mentioned, Elijah Jolly. 11, Maurice Hurst, 6'3", 285.
BR takes a timeout with 4:17 remaining here. I think that last play might have concerned Dan Bier on that. Xaverian is not going to be afraid to blitz here.
Yeah.
On first down.
They got nothing to lose and all to gain, only to keep the Trojans deep in their own territory and force them to, force a 3 and out if they can.
2nd and 12. That play was a loss of 2. Ryan Martin on the far side. Cohen fakes the handoff, will roll to the near side, looks downfield. This one's going to be caught by Noviello. What a catch by Dan Noviello.
Wobbled once or twice by Noviello, but he had the presence of mind to haul it in. What a nice play. What a nice play. He was stopped. He was hit. Looked like he was going to be separated from the ball by one of the defenders. Popped out of his hands. Pushes ahead for another 3 yards on the play. Just what the Trojans needed to get themselves out of their own, deep in their own territory, either near the 40, near midfield. Clock running, 3:57.
Murphy and Gallagher in the backfield. Hand off to Gallagher, who gets stopped maybe 3 yards ahead of the line of scrimmage.
Nice stop by number 60, Daniel Bimby. 20-second timeout by the Hawks. So the Hawks are going to start to use their timeout to try to preserve time on the clock.
Seems like Xaverian has the BR running game figured out, at least when you're covering Gallagher, who, coming into this game, he was your offense if you're the BR Trojans. So if you can figure out Brandon Gallagher now, you're forcing the Trojans to think of maybe a plan B.
Well, the Trojans were smart in a couple of series that they started throwing some nice short passes out to the flats where Murphy's got some room to operate. See if they come back with a kind of a play selection here that'll mimic that and see if they can gain another first down. Matt Wyman on the sideline here being attended to by training staff.
2nd and 7 on the 41. Here's a handoff to Gallagher, who again gets stopped by Xaverian.
Now there's not a lot happening at the middle there, only because you've got that big tough defensive line from. So Xaverian using up their 20-second timeouts here to.
3rd and 3. If you're Dan Bjorn, do you think about letting Cohen air it out just 5 yards or so just to get that first down and keep making Xaverian use up all those timeouts?
I like to see one of the tight ends slip out into the flat or pass out to Ryan Murphy out of the backfield.
Tight formation for the Trojans on this 3rd and 6. Gallagher, Murphy in the backfield. Wadsworth sent in motion. The pitch to Gallagher, who will get the first down by a couple. Brandon Gallagher, the second effort was the difference on that play.
Nice block on the ends. Noviello on the wing and Brian Murphy there. just to spring Gallagher enough head for the first down. That's what the Trojans need now. The clock around 3 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. Trojans with the first down inside Xaverian territory. Ball in the 48.
Same formation. Murphy has the fullback. And off Gallagher, who will get a gain of 2.
Steady dose of Gallagher, Kaminsky, and Todd on the tackle, along with 93 Jolly. So here's Xaverian using their timeouts now.
At this point, if you're the Xaverian offense, do you start talking to Austin McCarr and try and work out a hurry-up offense?
Maybe.
Theory.
Yeah, I mean, obviously what you want to try to do is to catch the Trojans off guard, and if you come out with some pass plays and run some consecutive pass plays where the defense doesn't have time to set up, and if they have that in their repertoire, then it's obviously what they're probably talking about right now on the sideline. Trojans, conversely, are talking about just trying to keep the ball inbounds, in play, and ahead for another first down. Because you get a couple more first downs, even though if you may not score, you're going to run time enough off the clock to force Xaverian, if they do get the ball back, for some desperation plays. And so far, we've seen those long, deep passes not work for the Cavs. Short passes out of the backfield to number 10 there, DJ Pagliuca, and number 2, AJ King have been productive, but deep passes under pressure. Car just hasn't quite hit the mark. So Trojans like to get another first down, get it within 2 minutes.
Training staff continuing to work on Matt Wyman.
Yeah, he came out in that last series, and
of course now player safety is the #1 concern.
Well, he's touching the lower part of his body, his legs, and not his head, so it's probably nothing to do with the concussion. That's a good sign.
On the 2nd and 7, Trojans will use the same personnel and the same formation. Pitch to Gallagher.
Gallagher's got some room. Can he get to the outside?
Go to the near side. And
looks close. Looks close. It's going to be a late hit. Late hit on Maurice Hurst. He took him well out of bounds, well beyond the second, the third line. When you get to the second line, third line there, and you're still tackling.
It almost looked like one of those cases where Hurst couldn't really stop his momentum.
Oh, he could stop it. He kept on pushing, and he put another player into him.
Yeah, I was going to say, after that second push, that's when the penalty was an obvious penalty.
Yeah. The first push, if he held his hands back and said, "Nothing, I can't stop," he is a big guy, 285 pounds. 6'3", 285, and you see Hurst on the field talking to the umpire, pleading his case. Might have a future in law.
2:46 left to go in this fourth quarter. Trojans continuing to wind the clock down. The pitch to Gallagher. And that will be a small gain, or rather no gain.
Yep. Timeout called by Xaverian now with 2:37. This is exactly what the Trojans wanted to do. Wind down the clock, get some positive yardage, get a couple of first downs. Of course, that late hit out of bounds didn't help Xaverian's cause at all.
2:37 remain.
So second and just about 10, ball spotted on the 24-yard line. 2:37, one timeout for Xaverian, which doesn't bode well for them.
Well, let's say you stop BR on this second down play for a small loss. Use that timeout, maybe down to 2:32, and you let another half minute go off. If you can get a stop on this drive, then you're looking at 2:07, 2 minutes for your offense to take over here, and that could be enough with Xaverian. However, with Gallagher and the offensive line help that he's gotten on in this fourth quarter, it's going to be very difficult.
Yeah, as I say, the Trojans looking to get 2nd and 9, looking to get a first down if they can, keep the ball in the field of play, don't run out of bounds,
keep the ball on the ground. So if an incompletion is going to stop the clock, so it's in your best interest to keep the ball on the ground. See if they can get something to the outside here to swing Gallagher loose and get some positive yardage here for a first down.
3 in the backfield for the Trojans. Cohen hands off to Gallagher, and Gallagher will get a small gain.
Yeah, not enough. Timeout called. Xaverian using their last timeout, so 2:30 to go. 3rd and 10 for Bridgewater Raynham, so they've got 2 plays here.
Timeout Xaverian, that is their last timeout of the ball game.
Ball spotted on about the 23-yard line. Trojans know what they've got to do here. Just keep the ball on the ground and try to get a first down. They've got 8 yards to go to get that first down. Well, I might try a pass in the flat just to get Murphy free to get, because Xaverian's going to be clogging up the middle there looking for the run. See if you can get somebody in the flat, whether it be Noviello, one of the big tight ends, or Noviello Johnson, or one of the backs out of the backfield, just to get enough for a first down, keep the ball in play.
A reminder to all spectators on leading.
Realistically, if VR gets stopped by Xaverian on these next 2 plays, Xaverian could have about minute 45 to play with.
Plenty of time.
3rd and 9. Murphy, I should say, and Gallagher on the backfield. Cohen rolls out to the near side. Murphy underneath at the 10, to the 5. Touchdown number 3 on the day for Ryan Murphy.
Boy, I should become the offensive coordinator. Mess Xaverian up. Xaverian's looking for that play up the middle, and the tight end was wide open too. Noviello was open right away when Cohen burst out of the then he got covered, but Ryan Murphy keeps the ball in play, and the defensive player, A.J. King, trying to steal the ball rather than trying to make the tackle, allows Murphy to go in for his 3rd touchdown. Trojans out with their swinging gate formation here. It's no trick to anybody, just going to force the defense to reset. Wadsworth set to kick.
And the field goal is good. 32-20.
Has 12-point lead with a 2:22. You can play a little soft on defense here if you're for Bridgewater Raynham, but you're not going to give up 2 touchdowns. Nice play. Trojans with a 3rd and about 8. Pass out of the backfield to Ryan Murphy. He had 2 receivers. First, Daniel Noviello was wide open right out of the chute, but then he got covered, and looks like Murphy was his second choice, and could have been a better choice on that play because he caught the ball around the 5-yard line and just burrowed his head and took it in. 2 Trojans down on the bench here. Number 20 there, Matt Wyman. He's laying down. And then number 74, Nick Falconeri there, talking to Peter Smith, the doctors there, talking with Matt Wyman's mom and dad there on the sideline.
Pagliuca and King underneath, or in the backfield, I should say, awaiting this kick that is low.
Squib kick, let the ball roll.
Pagliuca at the 20.
Gets it.
The 25, and eventually knocked out of bounds at the 32.
That's not good. The flag came in late. It's anything. It could be anything on that play. From where the flag was thrown, could be a block in the back. It could be a face mask. Who knows? See what they've got. Trojans are backing up. It's a penalty on them. Personal foul, face mask. So
we have a personal foul against the Trojans, face mask.
So not what Dan Vuron had written up in that kick coverage, I'm sure. Sets up the Hawks in 1st and 10 from their own 44.
A little early movement. And Pagliuca will get it. And
out of bounds.
Bring it out at midfield.
Just about midfield. He wants to get out of bounds to preserve time on the clock. 2:11. Second and about 4.
Xaverian burned all 5 of their timeouts on that last BR offensive drive, so they have no timeouts. 2:11 left to go.
Ball right on the 50. Dakar back to pass. No pressure off to the... Oh, almost intercepted by Armstead. Instead, 87 for the Hawks. Stephen Ash scoots ahead for another 10 yards.
You see Ash beat his defender, so all of a sudden the Trojans had to get a couple of free guys.
Yeah, about an 18-yard gain on that play.
2:04 left to go. Dakar and the Hawks not going quietly. He'll set back, looking downfield, and this one's caught by Spurzl, who gets the first down, so clock will stop while they spot the ball at 1:55.
Clock winds, and as soon as the chains are set.
Clock's going. 1:50. Dakar sets back, and this one's going to be caught.
Incomplete. Ball's on the ground. Where's the, what do we got? No, looks like. No, so he's in the neutral zone. It's encroachment, so it'll be first. Repeated first down, 1st and 5 versus a.
These are mistakes that you will see out of a young team like BR has. The fact that you're up by 12 with 1:45 to go, you know, hey, we can go ahead and give up a few extra yards, but all of a sudden now, Xaverian could be within 1 score. Dakar sets back, looking downfield. This one's going to be caught in the end zone by King.
Nice catch. Who's up in the air, fully extended. Two defenders, Wadsworth and Murphy sandwiched them, but neither one could intercept the ball, knock it down. So with 1:41, the Hawks have a life here. Yeah, Murphy was on the short end there making the tackle, and Wadsworth was nearby, but just a nice catch.
PAT attempt will be good. This one almost goes into the BR parking lot.
So 1:41. Trojans, what they had to do like they did last time, they have to control the ball and use some clock. Xaverian has no timeouts. So, you know, you run 3 or 4 plays, running plays, and the clock's going to run. The only way the clock's going to stop is on an incomplete pass, a penalty, or a first down. So Trojans play smart here. Keep the ball on the ground, inbounds.
Ball's got to go 10 yards for a Xaverian player to touch it. So,
yeah, so if the Trojans are smart, they're going to bring all of their hands people right up front. Here you see Wadsworth, you see Ryan Murphy, you see 12, Conrad, Martin, Manza, Mirano, all the hands guys up front.
4 players on the far side.
It's a double-edged sword here. Xaverian kicks a short kickoff, and it gives the Trojans do recover. They get the ball in great territory, great field position.
As the wind will knock the ball off the tee, and that could be important here, because you may need a player to just hold the ball. 10 yards, remember the goal. The kick will take a bounce, and hard to see who got it. I think Xaverian got the ball, and they did. Xaverian gets the ball with 1:41 left to go.
Well, the BR player touched the ball before it had gone 10 yards, but when he does that, it becomes a free ball.
I believe that was Conrad.
So Xaverian, again, no timeouts. Trojans need to come up with a big stop here.
49-yard line of Xaverian. It's a 1st and 10, no timeouts. Dakar sets back. Noviello rushing in a
Way
long
overthrown.
ball that will be incomplete. And a pass interference call.
They may talk that over because that ball wasn't catchable.
That was easily 5 or 10 yards out of the reach of the receiver.
They're talking it over. They're talking it over.
The ball hit the 11. The receiver was on the 16. That would be a crippling penalty for BR.
He's going to see what they do.
Waved off.
And that ball was uncatchable. Wise choice, Mike Carter, and a nice call there.
At that point, it was one of those. It was one of those issues where the referee would just throw the flag to at least talk it over.
He throws the flag to cover himself because there was some contact. He can't tell where that ball lands because he's watching the players. The other officials were there on the field to help him with that call, and that's what they did. Charlie Stevens is second down. They're trying to get the box correct there.
2nd and 10 on Xaverian's 49.
Boy, second player being taken off by an ambulance today for Bridgewater Raynham.
That's Matt Wyman, who may have a concussion or not. Not going to diagnose it, though. As Dakar is getting rushed and dumps the ball off to 77.
It was touched, so that ball was tipped. So it was after a tip ball, anybody can receive the ball.
Jeff Perez.
If it was caught by a lineman, automatically it would have been ineligible downfield, but that was tipped, so all bets are off when that happens. Clock continues to run, minute 13.
Dakar sets back. Noviello rushing in. He'll chase Dakar out. Looking downfield. Might have been forward progress, though.
Well over the line of scrimmage. Let's see where he sets it. Yeah, he threw it from around the 50-yard line. The line of scrimmage was at the 47, so he was well behind it. No chance for a illegal forward pass.
4th and 6. This is the ball game for Xaverian right now.
And for the Bridgewater Raynham Trojans. Get some pressure here. One more play. That's all you need. Trojans want to call a timeout. What's your thought on that, John? I let the play run. Dan Buren obviously has some defensive checks he wants to put in place here.
Well, it's a good timeout because Xaverian has no timeout, so BR has a chance to figure out what kind of personnel Xaverian has out there, because you can do one of two options, I think. One of them is you get that 10-yard screen pass, maybe to an A.J. King or a Pagliuca. Another one is you let Dakar air it out downfield, and you could have a touchdown, and you could be behind.
I would say that based on the previous 40 minutes of the game, Dakar hasn't thrown deep and inaccurately. It's going to be a screen play of some sort, somebody out of the back, a short pass.
You hear the round of applause in the background as Wyman is getting stretchered off the field. So a very big moment for the Trojans here, especially heading into conference play that could be either above 500 or below 500. It's definitely a slippery path you don't want to travel down.
Yeah, it's a slippery slope for sure. The Trojans need to come up with some big pass defense pressure here on defense here.
4th and 6. Dakar sets back. He will rush to the near side. This one will be knocked away by Wadsworth.
There's a flag on the play.
74 doesn't have a helmet, so
he's complaining that the helmet was ripped off his head.
Jordan Bayok is number 74.
Which could make it a face mask.
And that would be another 15 yards.
And they give Xaverian a first down.
That would make this place very unhappy, I think.
It's a personal foul. Face mask against Bridgewater Raynham.
So what turned into a game of letting the clock wind down, all of a sudden, Xaverian has a legitimate shot at winning this game. As we see from another angle here, the possible face mask. 74 is what you're looking for. it looked like it was a little bit too easy, so perhaps the chin strap wasn't buttoned.
Yeah, obviously the fact it shouldn't come off that easy. Trojans need to come up with another stop here.
Dakar in the shotgun. Rolling back, has time looking downfield, and this one's going to be just out of the reach of the BR defenders. 49 seconds. Once again, Xaverian has 0 timeouts.
Yeah, nice time for a pick by Bridgewater Raynham, I'll tell you. Deep thrown ball like that. The only one who had a chance to touch that ball was 24, Mike Clifford. It was out of his reach, too. Trojans need to keep the pressure up here on defense.
2 receivers on both ends. Dakar in the shotgun. Low snap. Looking downfield. This one's going to be caught by Spurzl at the 15-yard line, and it'll get dragged down. But more importantly, the clock will continue to wind down after they spot the ball.
As soon as they set the chains, the clock will run.
DJ Spurzl with that crucial reception. Shotgun again for Dakar. Looking downfield.
Well overthrown, well overthrown. Hit the fence on the fly. It's nice air in the ball, but it says that those long passes haven't been too accurate by
Austin Dakar.
By Austin Dakar, but
27.1 remaining in this fourth quarter. BR on top by 5, 32-27. Split receivers again, 2 on both sides. Dakar in the shotgun, rolls back. Looking downfield, this one's caught by Spurzl at the 5.
See if they can strip the ball out. No, they can't. As soon as the chains are set, the clock will run.
18 seconds, so maybe get the play off by 15 to 14.
Now we look for Dakar to spike the ball.
Clock winds down, 15 seconds. Dakar in the shotgun. Has time looking downfield. This one's going to be out of bounds.
Incomplete.
8 seconds.
Everybody looking up at the clock operator, but he's working on the signal from the referee on the field. The referee tells him when to start and stop the clock.
Crowd will get loud here at BR again. Enough time for possibly 2 more plays.
We need a big play here from Bridgewater. We need some pressure. And those defensive linemen have been under the gun all second half.
Spurzl on the far side. 3 receivers on the near side. Dakar in shotgun. A high pass. Pagliuca underneath, out of bounds.
4.1 seconds. 4.1 seconds.
And Pagliuca coming up slow here. Of course, the first thing that comes to mind to fans is, well, Xaverian has no timeouts, so now you can get a bonus timeout, so to say.
Yeah, well, he's going out of the game, that's for sure.
And crucial, because obviously if you get out of the game, you have to sit out the next play, and with 4 seconds, it's most likely it's going to be the last play.
You can't use a timeout to buy back an injury. The injury goes out, he sits out for at least a play.
So Pagliuca's out. That's been a popular target for Dakar today. You have Spurzl and you have King as well, who's come up big. So this is for the ball game on a 3rd and 5 with 4 seconds left to go.
See if the Trojans use that timeout to get one more push on the defensive line.
Xaverian and BR have gone down to the last whistle the past 3 seasons. This year is no different. Dakar sets back, looking downfield. This one out of the hands of Stephen Ash. Trojans win the game, 32-27.
Boy, I'll tell you, there was a lot of hearts beating fast on that last play, because number 87, Stephen Ash, he had a little bit of separation from him and the defenders. Again, you see the pass. He's a little bit too far from the receive.
He tipped it away.
Tipped it. Just barely tipped it with his fingertips. That's a difficult difficult ball to catch.
Well, that was a fun game. 32-27, the final score here at the regional. BR wins